solid education revolves around a magnitude of great possibilities, since the developed countries are running on the wheels of education to survive in a competitive world. We are in discussion with a visionary leader in the stream of education with the Director General of NIBM, Dr. D M A Kulasooriya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
As the Director General of a reputed educational institution, what organizational and personal qualities do you believe are essential for success during times of turbulence?
Yeah, it's very important questions because we just passed our pandemic and at the same time the economic crisis. And I would say that we have doubled our performance during the last 3 years in terms of all aspects. So it's basically because I personally believe as a leader of this organization that the crisis is an opportunity for us to grow. That's the major aspect we believe in. In the history also, and we have gone through several crises, and I have seen that we have not monopolized and we have not harp on that and make sure that it is done properly. But we thought it's high time for us to go for after pandemic and all the crises that we have gone through. We thought of going through this process, and we don't want to go to the normal situation back again, but we want to see that new normalcy is retained here. So that's the reason as to why we have made a change. So therefore, I think organization must think that is the crisis an opportunity, and we need to exploit these situations to make sure that to change ourselves. It is high time, when you have a crisis, you get the feeling of risks at your lifestyle and the way you are doing things. So that's a high time for us to rethink about and what are the new ways of doing things and practices, so that we will be able to make a huge change in an organization. So therefore, I always think that crisis is a blessing, that we would like to move forward and make sure that we need to exploit these situations to and take the next step of our life.
What a positive note indeed. And Dr. NIBM has stepped into the 55th year, successfully completing 54 years in the stream of education. I'm sure you have a success story to narrate.
Yes, of course. We always believe this age matters, but we believe this 50. We are always talking with our faculty and the learners and with the society in general. We are 55 years young. It's not old as such, because this education is basically getting yourself young, and your knowledge is upgrading every day. And as you say that if you looked at the history and the scholars' views about this, and 2025 you will see this the knowledge will get double. Every 12 hours. You can imagine, when you get up early in the morning, you will see that the knowledge has changed, and you need to produce lifelong learners, without which it's very difficult for us to sustain ourselves. So therefore, I think even education institute like NIBM, we would be able to see that teachers and the learners together, we need to learn and make sure that we are sharing our thoughts, experiences, and so that we would be able to build up the future together as a people who have experience, plus the new learners coming into our organization. That is how we looked at, and it's a great thing that we are looking forward to make sure with this we are very sound in all aspects, financially and academically, and all aspects we are very strong now, and we would like to see that we are making a huge change in the years to come.
Drawing from your personal experience, can you share insights and lessons learned from a leading company through periods of turbulence and uncertainty, which is also once again connecting to the educational sector?
Yeah, it's a nice experience, I think, as a person, because it's once the COVID-19 came up, we had to close our institutions, and we were confined to our home and different places and of living. So that is, it was a very big challenge at the time of starting this. but we thought in a different way, and we discussed with our learners, parents, faculty members, and all the stakeholders, and we decided to go online. In fact, we were prepared even in the coming of pandemic to go online of teaching, and because we were thought of having a blended learning is superb in the years to come. So we were ready to launch all the technologies is given. So we thought of it's high time for us to go online and train our learners to learn things online also, and we did that. Of course, at the beginning there were lots of difficulties we came up. We did all the possible things to make sure that this is a positive way of looking at this and making use of technology for learning. So that's a great achievement I think we have done, and we were able to get all our 12,000 students online, and we gave free data and make sure that all the technologies are okay up to the standard of world class level, and we did a great job, and we were able to complete all the courses on time, which is a great achievement we did in the past. So then of course after opening all the institutions, we thought of we should not go back to the normal situation. As I said at the beginning, we should continue this. So therefore we started digitalizing all our courses here at NIBM, and you will see in the future that our courses are online, and at the same time we have physical classes where we take our time to discuss and share our experiences rather than giving knowledge. Knowledge is already on different platforms. As you know, these things are coming up, technology is coming up, AI and different technologies. All the platforms are open for our students and the learners so that they would be able to reach that. But of course it's very important for us to developing their thinking skills in the classroom. So therefore we are dedicated to improve their thinking skills and how we are going to execute in a different grounds. So we will discuss and we develop their software skills and all the other competencies to make sure that they are really employable, and finally they should be able to do something different in the country.
NIBM is an institution that always imparts the knowledge on an ethical grounds. I'm sure, Doctor, you can speak in volumes when it comes to ethical education.
Yeah, of course, it's a very important thing. I think we should look at, the new generations. I think Gen Z is now getting into universities and industries, and Gen Alpha is coming up. So they are technology oriented, and lots of things are coming up. And we would like to see that we build up some, first thing is, and we need to develop their values, which is very important. And in relation to our own culture and the way of thinking and how to respect the society in general, not only people, but the environment and all aspects. So we are developing that particular culture in the minds of our students. So maybe our theme is, as I think I have told this in different forums, our theme is design global citizens or global graduates. So we are trying to make sure that they are working in global setup, but at the same time they need to have some ethical practices which are very important for them to build up their lifestyle and the life in long term. So therefore we are focusing on this, and we have inculcated and these things in their minds. At the same time we have made the ground and learning culture here at NIBM, that when you join you can groom yourself in a different manner so that you should be able to do anything, whatever things, and you build up the confidence and with the support of all the human beings here to make their life better.
Doctor, since NIBM always speaks about a high level of competency, are there any study programs which are coming up which would actually meet the current job market?
Yeah, of course, and we have drop all the traditional courses. If there's no demand, it is no point of having those programs with us. And we looked at all the statistics and we analyzed all the situations, what is happening at the global level as well as here in Sri Lanka. So we thought of introducing different courses, and if you looked at what are the growing areas in the industry, and all the courses are here with us, and we have introduced design courses. There are lots of talented minds here in Sri Lanka. They would like to go into design area, where fashion, interior, and various aspects. So we thought of having these facilities, learning facilities for them to build up their creative skills. And next level of humanity, which is a very important subject that is coming up all over the world, and the society is very stressful. So therefore we need to teach our learners to build up their qualification in the field of psychology and the counseling, coaching, and mentoring, and all these are very important areas. So we develop all these courses with international universities. At the same time, they are well recognized, but at the same time here in Sri Lanka also we get the support of all the accredited partners for them to give a better learning environment. And if you looked at the computing, and which is very important nowadays, and all of us are talking about, and in fact, and we have no space here at NIBM to accommodate those requests, of course, and we have a strong faculty, and at the same time we have a campus dedicated here. Of course, this NIBM Colombo 7 is dedicated for School of Computing. So it's very important for us to give better spaces for them to go through this lifestyle, so that they'll be able to have a better life. And the School of Business is one of the major areas, and we are talking about, we be in the National Institute of Business Management. I would like to say that NIBM is the best practitioner in the field of business. And if you looked at our weekends, we are full of our learners coming from industries, and they would like to get themselves qualified in the field of business from us. So it has been there for a long time, and we are working hard on this and make sure that we are developing business thinking in the minds of people here in Sri Lanka also. And we do have large number of areas like that to make sure that we are giving the better opportunities for our learners. And now at NIBM, all our learners have a better choice. It's the freedom of education is to have a choice, rather than telling them this, you should follow these courses as such, but based on the demand, and we have created opportunities for them to join us and to build up their life in the years to come.
NIBM does not only focus on students. NIBM boasts about a very strong lecture panel as well. Am I not right, Doctor?
Yes, of course, and our faculty is superb. I would say that they are academically and professionally qualified. That's the reason as to why learners have a first choice of NIBM, basically because of our faculty, and the quality of education will generally depend on the quality of the faculty and their experience, and how they have create new knowledge, and how to impart that knowledge with the support of our learners. So that's the major aspect of it. And if you looked at our faculty, and it's there are two set of faculty members, and we do have a very strong internal faculty, and they are really managing all our courses. At the same time, we are getting the support of industries, and we do have more than 300 faculty members coming from industries to share their thoughts with our learners. That's the major opportunity we are having in Colombo, the city of Colombo, because we have connected with all the major industries in Sri Lanka to get their support, and they will come and share their experiences, live experiences with our students, so that when they join industries, it's nothing but to practice.
Simply get into business.
Yes.
Could you also provide, Doctor, an overview of your company's current status and its competitive strengths in the educational sector?
Yeah, it's a nice question. I believe the fact that we are not into compete with anyone else, but we are learning best practices here in Sri Lanka and from all the best universities in the world. We always train our faculty members in different universities in other countries, and here in Sri Lanka also, and we are learning from others. And I would like to say that NIBM is a trendsetter in the field of education. And we have done many things in the field of higher education to make sure that we are giving the best opportunities for our learners. So I think that if you looked at our O-levels, A-levels, and we need to have a change, without which is very difficult to build up the better learners here in Sri Lanka. And learning is lifelong thing. So therefore, we need to get the right input also to universities. and we should not build up the competitive moods in them. So learning is basically you are generating new knowledge and sharing with others, and you are build up lots of values in the minds of people, so that they have a quality of life. So therefore I think we are not in the field of competition, but we are setting trends with the with learning the best practices from different universities in the world. So therefore we can say that NIBM is uniquely positioned in the minds of people here in Sri Lanka.
Educational innovations in higher education focuses on implementing a new form of education. What are your views in stimulating novelty in education with effectiveness of selected courses?
Yeah, I think it's also very important question that we need to address, and we started doing this, and we introduced the outcome-based learning system here at NIBM, and in fact 3 years back we started this with all the difficulties. It's outcome-based learning means that we have designed the course in order to produce better outcomes, so that it's not to produce certificates, rather we build up their character and their knowledge base, and finally they should be able to practice global things, and here in Sri Lanka or whatever the country they join. So we thought of introducing outcome-based learning, which just has been introduced in different settings, even other countries, and we thought of introducing here in Sri Lanka. That's why we say that we are not now going for traditional examinations, but we would like to see that going for assessment, rather than having rigid exams, and inculcating the idea that when you go through the exams you would be able to have better skills and all that. But what is important is nowadays is to see that whether learners are really going through the real academic process, and they have got the real knowledge plus the experience of and how to practice it. So which is the most important. So therefore we are trying to drop this so-called examinations, but we would like to go for assessment, where we just see whether learners have learned things or not. That is the most important thing. I would like to tell you that we have no right to pass or fail our learners, because all of them are intelligent and their talents are different. We should be able to identify them and build upon that, and they should be able to move into different sectors of the economy, which is very important, rather than saying that you have failed. And you just looked at the recently this A-level examinations, and more than 300,000 they sat for the A-level examinations, only 180 say that 180 pass. We say pass. What happens to the balance? And probably maybe they have not gone through the papers within 2-3 hours, but they are very much talented students, and we have dropped them from the whole system, which is not acceptable at all in the field of education. So we need to make a change on this, and anyone who can have the better talents, they can join NIBM, they can prosper, and they can move forward, maybe music, maybe different things and various aspects. So they would be able to perform better, and they won't be able to contribute to the society, which is very important. So all the human beings are supposed to do their life better, and we need to support them and make sure that they are growing fast.
Personal growth, together with a better quality of life, can be acquired through education. Explain to us, Doctor, by undertaking a degree exposes an individual into a stable career path, with a solid preparation of course, but I would like to hear your insights, Doctor.
Yeah, quality of life is basically, and if you looked at here in Sri Lanka also, and we have not gone through the proper education, that's the reason as to why this economic crisis, and we have built lots of minds for dependency syndrome you can look at, and majority of even those who are able to do something, I would like to get something from outside, which is not a good thing, I think, basically because our education system is such that we are not going into to produce independent people, so that they are very productive and they are contributing to the society, and they are not looking at other things, but they are basically, they should be able to survive at their own levels, which is the most important thing. If your quality of life is poor, it's basically because of your education is poor. I mean, if you looked at all the countries where these good economics and wealth is there, basically because this whole the human resource, and they have produced better human resource and they have produced the wealth, and it's not created automatically, it's the brain that produce wealth. So therefore I think the quality of life will depend on the quality of education that you do in any given country. So we are trying now, being the National Institute of Business Management, we are trying our best to inculcate this idea in the minds of our learners. And I'm really happy that we have produced great people who have, great entrepreneurs also, and they have produced lots of jobs also. So therefore we thought of changing this theme also in the field of education, saying that we produce, it's not, we are not asking them to seek jobs. We are asking them to produce jobs, so that they will become very creative, and they are producing, they are going into different industries, and they do have their own entities, business entities, startups, so that they will be able to help others to grow also. So that is what we have changed our vision here at NIBM. Our vision is to transform your life and to help others to transform their life as well. So that is what we are going through. I'm very happy to see that most of our learners are very productive, independent and employable.
A higher education simply is not about earning a simple degree. Outside of earning a degree, a student should improve on skills in critical thinking, written and oral communication. What are your opinions with regard to this?
Yeah, it's very important. I think universities are basically created to solve unknown. It's not the known things. And we are moving from known to unknown. So that is the journey of education basically. And we learn about literature, what is having now and the existing body of knowledge, and we are thinking of next level. And I would like to, one of the scholars said once, and all the lies are invented, truth exists. So we are searching the truth of our life and produce better solutions for people to have a better life. So that is what we do. So therefore in the field of education it's very important that we need to move on to the next level of thinking rather than having basic knowledge. Knowledge is now available on different platforms. So we need to develop this problem solving skills, and whatever things that you have learned in the classroom, we have learned different tools. We can put them together with the support of each other and give a better solutions for a given problems. And problems are always opportunities for us to grow. And as I said, the crisis also same. So if there is no problem, you need to create the problem and develop. So that is the most important thing in your education system. So therefore I think we are in the process and we are doing it. And at the same time, I'm encouraging all the learners here in Sri Lanka to think about, don't predict the future as such. And we just we are moving with the support of our problem solution skills, and then of course you will be able to have a better life.
NIBM is certainly an institution that has a very clear and a transparent vision when it comes to as a hub in education. So what is your vision for the future of education, Doctor, and how does your company plan to play a role in shaping the future?
Yeah, I think most of us, we have not understood properly what the future of education. We believe the fact that all the new generation will come into class and sit for several hours and going through this process. I don't think. The future is completely different, and I think mostly the future will be the hybrid. We call it a blended learning, and mostly the knowledge is passed through the technologies, and all the platforms are available not only from universities but in different platforms you can learn. Your mobile and the laptops will become the universities of yours, and they will learn lot of things from all the sources coming from the universe, which is open to all the public. So therefore they should not come to the universities to learn things, but university is the place where you can network yourself, you can share your thoughts, you can produce new knowledge, which is very important. So I think universities will be there to have your social life and different lifestyle. You can share your thoughts, you can do research, and you can network yourself for all the societies, and that's the place. It will be the physical university, but digital university will be the major aspect of having giving knowledge. So your sharing thoughts are very important for your life. So the universities are important, and this will happen. And if you looked at the, in future, I think unschooling also will take place, and people don't go to schools to learn things, but to share your thinking and your creative abilities, and to support, suggest this is what I can do, and all these are the schools and universities will be the places where you can share your knowledge and experiences with others, and to build up the better knowledge for people to have better life. So therefore, few things I would like to highlight, and there will be, it's a hybrid learning. It's a blended. It means online at the same time physically. Second thing is, and the physical universities will be the place where you can assess your knowledge and certify them. There should be a place where you can get your certification done, basically because someone has to, independent person should be able to certify and say that you are a capable person. So I think people will come to universities in future to get their certifications, but it's role of universities to assess them very carefully and see that they have gone through the right process and they have learned whatever required outcome, and so that we can certify and say that you are a certified person in this particular field. So that's the second point. Third thing is, I think universities will play a major role, supporting the, all the other institutions to grow, and they will support and they will consult, they will, help others to grow, other industries to grow. So that is where the most important thing, and we need to get together all the industries, academics, and all the policymakers, and in universities, and so that we will be able to pass the right thinking level in future.
Future of education is right here at NIBM with accredited educational study courses offered exclusively through NIBM. We were in a very insightful discussion with Dr. D M A Kulasooriya, the Director General of NIBM. Thank you so much for connecting.
Thank you very much.
NIBM, powering great minds.